The S&P 500 just closed at an all-time high on Friday. This comes after 2 years of being below its previous all-time high in early 2022. This comes as interest rates are at 5.5%, but inflation is going down noticeably, and economic growth still seems resilient. The fact the S&P 500 just closed above its all-time high after being below it for 2 years shows a breakout could probably happen. This doesn't mean that it'll happen in a straight line, but this is optimistic. I think 2024 will be a stock picker's market, in my opinion. We saw AMD and NVIDIA hit all-time highs as the AI chip craze continues. And I think those smaller cap growth stocks that were hit very hard in the 2022 and early 2023 market sell-off are primed for recovery in 2024. And Fundstrat's Tom Lee says those kind of stocks could soar 50 to 60% this year. And remember, this gain in the stock market is despite last year's banking crisis in March. And honestly, in my opinion, I think a lot of the economic problems and recession is behind us. 2022, we saw 2 negative quarters of GDP growth, peak inflation, and stock market lows in October of 2022. And then 2023 was a recovery year, in my opinion. In 2024, I think that should continue, especially for the stocks that didn't have that momentum that we saw in 2023. So I think 2024 will still be a good year. I still see some risks ahead in 2025 or 2026. But this year I'm still very optimistic. And I'm very optimistic. The ETF launches for Bitcoin were doing very well. We saw billions of dollars of trading volume in all 11 spot Bitcoin ETF products. And we have the Bitcoin halving in April with a supply shock. So right now, Bitcoin actually was trading slightly lower after the spot Bitcoin ETF launches. But I expect that'll subside probably in a couple weeks. And I think investors will start pricing in once they hear more about the halving event in April. And once they price that in ahead of time, which I think will probably happen in February, March, I think Bitcoin should do very well those months. And I'm still optimistic for Bitcoin through the end of the year. I'm still expecting around 100 to 150,000 price for Bitcoin.